we're thinking about, having a coaching business, there are some of the coaches that come through our program who sometimes are on the fence. Do they want to like full out start a coaching business, or do they want to sort of do this more on the side? So I'm curious, in your experience, like what are the benefits and drawbacks of having a coaching business?
The benefits of running your own thing are, if it's going well, are enormous. Like it's fun. Um, the drawback is that you have to find ways to deal with the energy of risk and uncertainty. If you
Right.
can embrace that energy and uncertainty and know it's going to be a roller coaster, there will be ups and downs. There's a lot that you have to really get to. I feel like I'm built for it. Uh, some ways, other ways I'm not. Um, and that's the hard part. If that's the hard part. I used to have a friend. He lived in D.C. Um, his name is Smitty, and he goes through. And we used to talk a lot. Um, uh, and we would have mutual. What do we call them? Like mutual envy. I don't know. Like he went to Harvard Law School. He got a job at a law firm, set salary, and he's just doing really well. And I was had my own business. I would have my own client base. I was all independent. And then we would chat, and he would express a desire to be independent and have all this freedom. And I would say, look, it looks glamorous, but it's a ton of work, and it's not just out external work, but you have to be okay with the unknown of are you going to get a paycheck next month or not. And I would be envious of his position where he was established, he was making a good salary, he was doing something interesting, but he was, it just was like a mutual like sharing of, yes, it looks fun, all the fun stuff looks fun, but there's usually an exaggeration of that fun stuff and a minimization of all of the hard work and effort and anxiety that goes into entrepreneurship. So I feel like you have to find a place of, all right, if you want to get coach trained, you want to work as a coach, but entrepreneurship isn't exactly the funnest thing, then there are more and more places that are hiring in-house coaches. You might not make as much per hour, but you'll make a consistent amount per hour. And that consistency is really valuable. So I think there are elements of, okay, how do I need to show up? If I am going to get hired as a coach, then I need to think of it more like, yeah, think maybe half of what you might make per hour on working in an organization. However, if you're working for yourself, you're not really getting paid for every hour you're working. So a lot of times it does come, it does feel like it does equal out. Yeah, that's
It
my
sounds
thoughts
like
on
what you're
that.
saying is having a sense of self-awareness, which you get from a coach training program, is really important to figuring out if a business is right for you or not, because you'll be able to hopefully explore whether or not that entrepreneurial roller coaster is something that you'll be able to manage when you get there.
Right. And working part time is great for that because you get the benefit of both in some ways. You get, and I think a lot of people do that. I mean, I did. I developed my coaching practice while I was teaching. So I had about a 3-4 year incubation period where I still worked full time as a teacher and then worked with students afterward as a coach. That was great because I mean, I was working with students, they were free after school anyway. So it wasn't like I was going to meet with them during school hours. Um, but yeah, I mean, so I had a 4 year sort of shift. Um, I've seen that be very successful for people, but I've also seen people just go full time and, or they'll have something where, let's say they're working as a consultant in a field, and then they also add coaching to their packages of what they offer. I've seen that work as well.
Yeah.